Welcome to the Lesbian Cooking Corner, the cooking segment that's guaranteed to wrap you up, strip you down, and take you back for a motherfucking refund. My name is Ryder, and with New Year's Eve fast approaching, party planning is well underway. So today, we are all about, as they would say in the 80s, chips, dips, chains, and whips. I mean, let's be honest, who wouldn't want to see in the new year with something warm, something gooey, something with a little bit of attitude? That's right, we're talking about the one, the only Velveeta Queso Dip. Let's face it, this is a guaranteed people pleaser. Not only that, you can impress the chicks with your crock-pot badassery, and where I come from, that's a guaranteed panty dropper. Now let's get started. So, what you're going to need to start out with is one big-ass box of Velveeta cheese. Now you can find this. Grocery stores will have it in the refrigerated section. Other stores will have it on the shelf in the aisle. Velveeta, it goes both ways, if you know what I'm saying. And we're also going to need a nice bottle of salsa. Now, I'm a purist, so I go with the paste picante. I mean, when I was growing up, I learned you don't want some nasty-ass tasting salsa from New York City. You want the real thing. However, you know, if you want to maybe class it up a bit, bring it a little bit more into the 21st century, you can try a nice local artisanal salsa, something made maybe in your own city. So when it comes to Portland salsas, there's many on the market, but for me, there's only one. Hot Mama, baby. The name says it all. Hot Mama. But like I said, for this demonstration, we're going to stick with the good old paste. And of course, you're going to need your crock pot, cutting board, and a big-ass sharp knife. Now, you know, Velveeta can be a little bit tricky when you cut it, so make sure that edge is really, nice and sharp. Alright, let's open up this box. And, you know, the best food in life really comes in boxes. I mean, really, boxes are the best things. They hold all the good stuff in life. So we're going to get that out of there. Set this aside here. We are now going to unwrap this massive block of cheese from its near hermetically sealed aluminum casing here. Now look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Is that one fine piece of cheese or what? I mean, who would want the real thing when you could have a this man-made bad boy always at the ready? Whenever you need it, it's there for you. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wonder. It's good to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut this guy up into cubes. Set that over there. The prepping fairies, they're magic. They just kind of take care of all that stuff there for me. So we're going to take that big-ass sharp knife. And you know, I learned a little bit of a trick. When it comes to keeping Velveeta cheese from sticking to your knife, you can just kind of give it a nice little coating spray here of some vegetable oil, cooking spray. Just kind of help keep it from getting too stuck here. So I usually just kind of cut it in half. Like I said, it's kind of an awkward thing. It jiggles around oddly and all of that good stuff, but oh my goodness, when it melts up, some salsa is absolutely the best. So like I said, you're going to want about 1-inch cubes total. You don't have to be too precise about it. When it comes down to it, all we're really trying to do is just give a little bit more surface area on the cheese. That way when we plop them into our old crock pot here, much more evenly melts. And it will melt in a much faster time than if you just threw the whole block in there. So yeah, I'm just going about like this, 1-inch cubes. So as you cube those guys up, you can just pop them right on in there. Oh yeah, it's that rubbery feeling. You just don't have that in many types of food, you know? For me, that's one of the major positives. It's something unique. No frills, no muss, no fuss, easy peasy. Now you want to hear that? Oh, I got Velveeta cheese all over my hand. It makes it a little difficult to open. Let's use the apron. That's what it's for. Oh yeah, see? When it pops like that, that's how you know quality. Alright, we're just going to dump this, oh yeah, right on in there on top. There we go. Set this guy on low. Oh, there we go. She's on low already. Now you sit back, have a glass of wine, pop a beer, wait 2 hours. On low. If you're kind of in a hurry, you can put it on 1 hour on high. However, I find the slow and low method usually works best for me. Alright, so now that you've got an hour or two to waste, I would like to send you over to this video where you can learn to make a bow tie for your cat. Alright, we'll be back. Thanks for staying tuned. All right, we are back. How many bow ties were you able to make in our 2-hour break? We got through quite a few here in the Lesbian Cooking Corner Studios. Hey, there's a few more. We're crafty like that, what can you say? We're lesbians. Okay, so now it's time to have a look and taste of our delicious queso dip. So let's just get out some of these yummy, tasty tortilla chips here. Oh yeah. Oh, that is smelling delicious. Now what I like to do is I take the chip and I just kind of really stir it around in there in the queso dip so it gets nice and coated. Oh yeah. Let me tell you folks, this right here is a real party stopper. Mmm. That is delicious. But you know what? I think it might need one more little final finishing touch. What the hell? Let's throw a little bush in here. Cilantro! I'm talking about cilantro, people. We take it out here, we give it a little chop, chop, chop. Sprinkle it right on top there. Oh yeah, look at that. Now that is perfection. And you know, this stuff, it's good for multiple things. It's not just for parties. You can use it to, say, celebrate the fact that your brother made early parole. Or maybe you're in the middle of a really hard breakup, but then you got back together again. You're celebrating, but then you broke up again. But then you got back together again. And this queso dip, it'll get you through that entire week. Awesome. Or maybe a foreign friend of yours is coming to visit. You know, I had a friend from Ireland, Ashlyn. She came and visited a couple years ago. And so I made a big old batch of this dip, and she was spellbound, let me tell you. But then I was shocked and saddened to learn that they had never even heard of Velveeta in Ireland. You couldn't buy it there. They use real cheese made from cow's milk. I mean, how third world is that? And don't even get me started on salsas in Ireland, because I will probably break down crying. I mean, I'm from California after all, but, you know, you're an American. Eat Velveeta because you can. And you know what? With that word, I'm going to say Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope you have a great rest of 2014, and we hope to see you in 2015. Thanks, guys.